Mr. Speaker, after 9 years with this NDP Liberal Prime Minister, he has developed an extreme obsession with taxing farmers. First it was the carbon tax, now it's the capital gains tax increase. That means that a 74-year-old farmer back home who has worked his whole life will struggle to pay off his debts and enjoy his retirement. And it makes things even harder for the next generation of farm families. Without the family farm, big multinational conglomerates will take over. How is that fair for Canadians?
Yeah!
The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Mr. Speaker, the Conservative leader doesn't stand with workers, and he certainly does not stand with Canada's farmers. It's shameful the Leader of the Conservatives hides behind farmers and workers to justify his opposition to our plan for tax fairness. We are, in fact, increasing the capital gains sheltering for farmers by boosting the lifetime exemption for qualified farming properties to $1.25 million per owner. And when combined with the $250,000 threshold, farmers are going to be better off. We are standing up on this side of the House for Canada's agriculture. They're standing up for the 0.13%, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Member from Cypress Hills Grasslands.
Well, Mr. Speaker, farmers are supposed to feed families, not the Prime Minister's extreme obsessions. Right. This new tax is devastating for everyone from farm to table. Canada's food professor said yesterday, to suggest that this change only affects a minimal number of Canadians is misleading. I think it actually affects a lot of businesses, including in the agri-food sector, and I would start with farmers. Mr. Speaker, we need to keep family farms alive, but now they're under attack by these Liberals. How is that fair? And how can the Ag Minister sit quietly and let this happen?
The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House of Commons.
Mr. Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition hasn't seen a hay baler or the top of a combine in his life. And what we've done is, over here, is made it better for farmers by increasing the lifetime exemption and extending new provisions to farmers to ensure that that capital gains do not affect them. Farmers will in fact be better off under this plan for tax fairness, just like waitresses, just like airline stewardesses, just like janitors, just like electricians, just like plumbers, just like 99.87% of Canadians, Mr. Speaker.
Then I had
the Honourable Member for Beauce. Mr. Speaker, after 9 years, this government and its Bloc Québécois partners have found a new way to hurt our farming sector by voting this week to increase capital gains taxes. While one farming family out of 5 isn't able to pay back their debts, this punitive tax measure will make it even harder for them to sell their lands or transfer them to a family member. Farmers weren't even consulted. So how does this measure make the situation more fair for farmers? The Honourable Government House Leader. Mr. Speaker, the Leader of the Opposition doesn't know how to milk a cow, and he doesn't know how to protect farmers. We've put new limits in place, Mr. Speaker, to ensure that farmers are better treated under our plan because there's an increased exemption for farmers. We know that the next generation of farmers is a major issue in Canada, and I would encourage the member to get better informed because farmers will do better under this Liberal plan. The Honourable Member for Beauce. Mr. Speaker, once again, proof that this government is completely disconnected, and I've been milking cows for my entire life. I can confirm that in committee, the Minister of Agriculture admitted that his department was not consulted on this new tax. Many owners of small and medium-sized businesses in my riding have also reached out to me over the last couple of weeks, like Louis from Saint-Joseph, who is going to be very hardly affected by this change when he transfers his business to his daughter. The Liberals and the Bloc are not worth the cost. So, once again, how is this fair? The Honourable Minister of Innovation. Mr. Speaker, what Canadians understand, and particularly farmers in Quebec, is fairness. In the last federal budget from our government, Mr. Speaker, it was an intergenerational fairness budget to allow us to invest in the next generation, to allow us to invest in future businesses, Mr. Speaker, so that we can invest in our seniors as well, But the Conservatives, surprise, surprise, have voted against tax fairness, Mr. Speaker. I know that farmers have a big heart. I know that farmers are thinking about the next generation. I know that farmers want to have a better Canada.